Mr. Chairman, leaders from the higher organization, delegates, guests, please lend me your ear as I highlight ADRA's ministry in East Carib during the period under review. While the Office of Adventist Development and Relief Agency is located at headquarters in Barbados under the leadership of Dr. Colin Thorne with Sister McCollum as Associate Coordinator, much of the work took place in Dominica as a result of two major disasters on the Nature Isle 2015 and 2017. Yes, 2015. Why 2015? Tropical Storm Erica in 2015 left many displaced families from 9 communities. The Quadrennial began with construction work on 6 3-bedroom housing units in collaboration with the government, who provided land, utilities, and infrastructure. 2 organizations from the Mennonites congregation, CDR, Christian Disaster Relief, and CSI, Christian Service International, provided labor from start to finish. Labor was also provided by volunteers from South Leeward Mission, now Conference, Barbados, Trinidad, and local Adventist churches in Dominica. These housing units were delivered to beneficiaries from 4 of the affected communities on August 4, 2017. This was not just disaster relief, it was truly development. A brand new community at Platma Pier was commissioned. These housing units at Platma Pier withstood the Category 5 hurricane force winds, which destroyed 95% of the housing stock in Dominica on September 18, 2017. ADRA and Community Services mounted a response to that disaster in the following ways. Number 1, mobilization of local and foreign resources to assist in areas of food, water, and personal hygiene. 3 shipments of food, water, and essential supplies from Martinique were accompanied by Pastor Julian Regis, while the ADRA counterparts in Martinique, while 3 shipments from Guadeloupe were accompanied by Brother Agis and his team. Pastor Dale Haynes mobilized the members in Barbados along with his network and provided several shipments of food, water, hygiene, and household supplies, clothing, medical supplies, and lighting. Weekly, we kept receiving supplies from fields within the Caribbean Union, Trinidad, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and South Leeward Conference. The Inter-American Division sent 2 40-foot containers, 2 from churches in the USA, 2 from UK, and 2 from Canada, along with several barrels from churches in the USA. It was clear to port workers and officers after the government that the Adventist Church was the largest recipient of relief supplies, which continued for 1 year, an entire year following the disaster. This was also facilitated by exemption of port charges and custom duties by the government. These supplies were distributed to 33 congregations on island, 13 whole communities, 10 health centers, Princess Margaret Hospital and Posthope Hospitals, SDA schools, 2 nursing homes, 2 shelters, 2 police stations, and 1 fire station. The Taru community was fully serviced by ADRA throughout the relief period. An initial emergency response project was implemented with funding from ADRA International, its partners, Caribbean Union and East Caribbean Conference. 732 households, or 2,928 beneficiaries, received food and hygiene supplies at the cost of $36,600. Every household in 9 selected communities received this relief. ADRA facilitated the disbursement of $154,584 to approximately 678 families affected by Hurricane Maria. These were church families. Each family received $228 from funds from IAD, the Union, and the East Caribbean Conference. This was disbursed between the period December 2018 to 2019. We also provided short-term shelter in terms of tarpaulins, which was received from ADRA International. ADRA responded with a three-phase rebuild project. The first phase was re-roofing and repairs with assistance from volunteers from South Leeward Conference, Trinidad, Barbados, and local church members. ADRA assisted over 35 families by either re-roofing or repairing their homes damaged by the hurricane. We partnered with families who had material but had no one to build. We also partnered with international organizations like IOM, International Organization for Migration, International Red Cross, and the Rotary, who provided material for others. Since ADRA had no funds for construction, we supported volunteers with accommodation, transportation, and meals. The phase 2 of the housing rebuild project, on the 16th of August 2020, ADRA delivered keys for a 3-bedroom house to a family of 5 who had lost their home during Hurricane Maria. Funding for that project came from ADRA France, Association of Dominican in Bahamas, and the Caribbean Union. $139,310.46 was spent on the project, that project, as well as a project in Taru that the ASI Matnik started. Phase 3 of the ADRA rebuild will take place, or is currently taking place, with funds from ADRA UK, which was long expected, and 7 families will be assisted with funds from this, which is ongoing as we speak. Volunteer management formed a key part of ADRA's response. To assist with relief and rebuild efforts post-Tropical Storm Erica and Hurricane Maria, over 150 volunteers from Martinique, Guadeloupe, Barbados, South Leeward Conference, Trinidad, Northeastern Conference Community Services, the UK, Canada, Spring Meadows, Orlando, Florida, and Hope for Humanity Group, along with Maranatha Volunteers International, arrived in Dominica. ADRA coordinated the arrival, accommodation, transportation, meals for volunteers, and assigned them to projects and escorted them for their safe departure from the island via air or sea. Throughout their visit, there were no accidents or incidents to staff, volunteers, or beneficiaries, for which we are certainly grateful. The work in Dominica was spearheaded by your humble servant, Associate Coordinator, Sister Priscilla Privot, and the ADRA team, Pastor Felix Jack, deceased, and Pastor Maurice Moranci, Sister Vernella Helia Williams, Brother Delbert Daly, Brother Philip Matthew, Brother Ezra Fabian, and Brother Renick John. We give God thanks for the opportunity to be co-laborers together with him in showing love and compassion to our fellow human beings. Special thanks to the community service teams headed by Pastor Dale Haynes. The community service teams, they overseas, both locally and overseas, youth and adult volunteers from Salisbury and St. Joseph, teachers, Brother Smith Joseph, and many truck drivers who transported supplies from the port to Salisbury and from Salisbury to their final destination. To our donors, contributors, collaborators, and partners, you began the resilient process for us in Dominica. Thank you. We acknowledge the contribution of the SDA Church at Salisbury for providing warehouse facility that we could have responded in the manner we did. Thanks to the administration, Pastor Thorne and the Union Director, Pastor Isaac, for providing guidance, to Sister McCollum for providing support, especially with proposal writing and reports. Fellow directors, pastors, and members, and our beloved families, we say thank you.